Welcome to the MDDC Award Celebration. I'm Rebecca Snyder, MDDC Executive Director, and I am delighted that you've joined us. We'll be releasing segments of our program every day this week, posting them on our YouTube channel and emailing the links out to you. Even as we physically cannot be together due to the COVID-19 pandemic, MDDC is proud to bring together news media professionals from across the region to celebrate the stories, design, and photos that engage communities both in print and online. We are delighted to help showcase the terrific work of our members and the accomplishment of our member organizations. Let's get started. The association provides events and opportunities to support our members' work and promote journalism across the region. From legislative advocacy to promote transparency, to programs to help support sales efforts, MDDC enhances and supports journalism and news media in our region. Facts matter. It's our theme this year at MDDC and a way of life at our member organizations. Now, more than ever, our communities need facts to help them understand the world around them. Local journalism is critical to our world, and I am so honored and proud to represent you. Today, in this segment of the awards program, we will celebrate the winners of MDDC's Revenue, Design, and Targeted Publications contest categories. We will also celebrate the Salesperson of the Year and a new category, Best Moves. Local news media organizations are modern community forums connecting the public to goods, services, and ideas that can make our lives better. Before we get started, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Ask CRM, Stevenson, and Friends to Follow. Let's hear more from Ask CRM. Ask was designed by newspaper professionals specifically for our industry. It begins by integrating all of your customer and spending history, as well as ad images, into an easy-to-use CRM system. This puts all customer information at your sales team's fingertips 24/7. Yes, Ask CRM is hosted, and your entire sales team can access their customer data from any computer, tablet, or smartphone. Ask CRM includes the features you expect, like contact and prospect management, plus many additional features like customer churn analysis, email address validation, email marketing, complete with open and click-through reporting, sales goals tracking, and proposal generation. Ask CRM is used by several state press associations, as well as daily, weekly, and monthly publications across the country. Ask CRM is an affordable solution for media companies of all sizes. This is a critical tool in your arsenal in these difficult times. Reach out to Robin Smith at 301-859-4777 for more information. Thank you for sponsoring. Now let's get to revenue generators. Our contest is judged by circulation division, and then the first placed winners in each division go head-to-head for our Best in Show winner. This year, journalists and news professionals from the Iowa Press Association judged our entries. For each category, we'll recognize the first and second place winners in each division, and each segment will conclude with an announcement of the Best of Show winner. At the end of the program on Friday, I will email certificates to each publisher for distribution. Let's get started. Our first category is New Business Concept Wildcard. In Division C, Lisa Minto of the Star Democrat wins second, and Amy Bennett, Kim Spencer, and David Murch of the Star Democrat win first. In Division E, Roberta Sura, Teresa Rodriguez, and the staff of the Cape Gazette place first. In Division F, Tony Draper, Lenora Howes, and Dorothy Boulware win first prize. And our Best in Show for New Business Concept Wildcard is Tony Draper, Lenora Howes, and Dorothy Bulware of the Afro-American for Elijah Cummings' commemorative edition. Our next category is Best Event. In Division C, Aaron McLaughlin and the staff of the Daily Record win first prize. They also win Best of Show for Influential Marylanders. Congratulations, Aaron and the staff. Our next category is Advertising Campaign. In Division B, our winners are a sweep. Jennifer Albrecht and Katie Powderly of the Frederick News Post win both first and second places. In Division C, Amy Bennett of the Star Democrat wins first prize. In Division E, Teresa Rodriguez and Amanda Neefy of the Cape Gazette win first place. And the Best of Show for Advertising Campaign is Katie Powderly and Jennifer Albrecht of the Frederick News Post for Dutch Plant Farm. Congratulations, ladies. Our next section is News Media Promotions. Our Community Service Program in Division B, the winners are Katie Powderly of the Frederick News Post in second place, and the newsroom and advertising staff of the Herald Mail in first place. In Division C, Tracy Mulcahy of the Star Democrat wins first prize. In Division E, Matt Metz of Coastal Point wins first place. And in Division F, the composition staff, ad reps, and editorial staff of the Seaford Star win second prize, and Bryant Richardson, Carol Richardson, and Mike McClure of the Laurel Star win first. And the Best of Show for the Community Service Program goes to Tracy Mulcahy of the Star Democrat for Cecil County Fair Community Support. Congratulations, Tracy. In self-promotion advertising, in Division B, the winners are Samantha Bang in a total sweep from the Frederick News Post, winning first and second place. In Division C, Lee Hoover and Heather Krieger of the Delaware State News. Self-promotion advertising, Division E, Mike Marshall of the Washington Jewish Week wins second, and Matt Metz of the Coastal Point wins first prize. In Division F, Karen Sherricks of the Laurel Star sweeps the category, winning both first and second place. And the Best of Show for self-promotion advertising goes to Lee Hoover and Heather Krieger of the Delaware State News for Comic-Con DSN Newshound. Congratulations to Lee and Heather. Our next award is the first personnel award of the program, our annual Salesperson of the Year award. This award honors a sales executive that runs circles around their peers. Nominations require a letter of support from the sales manager, and competition is fierce. Let's see our nominees this year. James Constantine of the Frederick News Post and Kathy McGinty of the Cape Gazette. Learn more about James and Kathy in our podcast, 5 Dubs, found at www.5-dubs.com. James was nominated by Connie Hastings, his ad director, and she notes that James achieved 105% of his goal last year, selling both in-market and out-of-market territories, and brought in more new revenue last year than the rest of the sales team combined. Our second nominee is Kathy McGinty of the Cape Gazette. She was nominated by Chris Rausch, co-publisher of the Cape Gazette. He says, Kathy is a customer-oriented force that excels at understanding the needs of her clients and the overall conditions of the marketplace. She commands a full understanding of the products, including print, web, special editions, and design services. Best of luck to both of our nominees, and let's see who our winner is. And the winner is Kathy McGinty of the Cape Gazette. Congratulations, Kathy. Our next section is targeted publications. In advertising-driven special section in-paper product, which is a mouthful, in Division C, our winners are Greg Muller of the Star Democrat, who sweeps both placements. In Division D, the staff of the Catholic Review win first prize. In Division E, the winners are the Coastal Point for second place, and the advertising and design staff of the Cape Gazette in first place. In Division F, the winners are Carol Kinsley and Mike McClure of the Laurel Star. And in first place, Mike McClure teams up with the composition staff and ad reps of the Laurel Star. Our best of show for ad-driven special section in-paper product is Greg Muller of the Star Democrat for Health Impact 2019. Congratulations, Greg. Our next category is advertising-driven special publication standalone, meaning that the publication is not distributed within the paper. In Division B, the winners are Anna Joyce and Chris Sands of the Frederick News Post in second place, and in first place, Samantha Bang, Anna Joyce, and Dawn Dayhoff, also of the Frederick News Post. In Division C, our winners are Jenny Helmer of the Star Democrat in second place, and her colleague Greg Muller in first. In Division E, our winners are Darren Powell and Greg Bassett of the Salisbury Independent in second place, and first place goes to the staff of the Coastal Point. In Division F, our winners are the Sentinel staff in the Montgomery County Sentinel in second place, and Danielle Frater of the Baltimore Business Journal in first place. And the winner of Best in Show is Greg Muller of the Star Democrat for sure, April 2019. Our next category is news-driven special section. In Division C, the winners are a sweep, Patrick Brannon and the staff of the Daily Record. In Division D, the winner is the staff of the Catholic Review. In Division E, the winners are the staff of the Coastal Point in second place and the staff of the Enterprise in first place. In Division F, the winners are Mike McClure of the Laurel Star, and in first place, Jess Ionetta and Katie Peterson of the Baltimore Business Journal. And the best of show goes to Jess Ionetta and Katie Peterson of the Baltimore Business Journal for Baltimore Living. Congratulations, Jess and Katie. The next category is custom publication. In Division B, the winners are Samantha Bang and Connie Hastings of the Frederick News Post in first place. In Division C, the winners are Patrick Brannon and the staff of the Daily Record in second place, and in first place, Arden Haley, Lena Ellwanger, and Betsy Griffin of the Star Democrat. In Division E, the winners are the staff of the Coastal Point in second place, and Pantea Tafangi, Susan Kim, and Regina Lasco of the Business Monthly in first place. And the Best in Show goes to Samantha Bang and Connie Hastings of the Frederick News Post for Get It Downtown. Congratulations, Samantha and Connie. Our next category is Best Moves, and that's a new category for us. This category recognizes the most important thing a member organization did in 2019. Ideas implemented could be from advertising, circulation, or the newsroom. Let's see who our nominees are. The staff of the Baltimore Sun for the Diversity Committee, and Pantea Tafanji and Dan Mettinger of the Business Monthly for a publication redesign. Let's hear directly from our nominees about the impact of their projects on their business operations. Welcome everyone. We're here again to talk about the best moves from the MDDC membership. Today I have the publisher of the Baltimore Sun and staffers. Would you like to introduce yourself and then we'll get started?
Sure. Hello, I'm Trish Alexis. I'm the publisher and editor-in-chief at Baltimore Sun Media.
I'm Sam Davis. I'm the managing editor of the Baltimore Sun.
And I'm John Williams. I'm a features reporter at the Baltimore Sun and chair of the diversity committee there.
Wonderful. And we are here to talk about the best move, which is a category in MDDC's annual contest. And it highlights the most important thing your organization did in 2019. Now, ideas could have come from advertising, circulation, or the newsroom. And you all submitted your diversity committee, and I'd like to hear more about that operation and why it was your best move. Tripp, you want to tell us?
Sure. Thanks for asking, and thanks for having us. Obviously, in our industry, it's diversity and inclusion as from a staff standpoint, as well as connecting with our audience, has been an issue that we have worked on as an industry for many years, and we've had a lot of fits and starts, and we need to do a better job. And it's something that we've talked about a lot. We have very passionate people who work for us who talk about it. We engage with our audience, and we hear about it often, and we just need to do a better job to make sure that we are including audiences and making sure we're covering them and making sure that we have a diverse staff to make sure that we do a better job of reflecting our community. And again, we have a long way to go, but it's something that we've all talked about. And last year, we decided that we wanted to form a diversity committee, and we wanted to make sure that it came, that it was something that worked that came from the top, as well as go all the way down to the rank and file. But we've had the committees in the past. We'll hear from some of our members who can tell you what has worked and what hasn't worked in the past. And what we decided was we needed to make sure that we put leadership in the newsroom. We needed to make sure that reporters and editors had a hand in this, and that it didn't come from only the top. And so I'm going to let others talk about it, but that's how it got started. And we had a meeting, and we invited some of our reporters, and we're going to hear from the chair, John Williams, who has done just a terrific job in taking us there, and Sam Davis, our managing editor, who's had a lot of experience as both a recruiter and as an editor and as an executive in a newsroom over the years. And both of these gentlemen had a lot of success. So that's where it came from, and I'll kick it over to John.
Hello, thanks for having us. Diversity and inclusion is very important to me and to the committee. First, Sam and Tripp were gracious enough to, come up with this idea and then invite us in and basically let us have almost free reign to come up with a strategy for increasing our efforts in the newsroom and helping to better reflect the community that we cover. So essentially, we basically just hit the ground running. Within about a month or so, we had already had our first couple of activities and had framework for the next year or so for how we were going to approach this. So we knew that we wanted to approach this from a number of different angles. So we had like short little term goals at first there, and like long term goals, and then things that we would do just to cultivate the way that the paper would be viewed in the future. So that included everything from little treats that we would give out during Valentine's Day, or having a secret gift giving effort during the holidays so that nobody would feel out of place. And the Valentine's Day, we handmade different cards for every person in the newsroom. So, and personalized it so that everyone would be able to, get a sense of, why they were valued and why they were appreciated at the Sun. We felt that improving the newsroom culture that way and the temperature of the newsroom would also help to, get everyone on board when it came time to heavier lifting. So the heavier lifting I'm talking about, we're in the process of doing a content audit, where the first part of that was doing implicit bias and diversity training that way through the Maynard Institute. And we were one of the only to my knowledge, we are the first newsroom in the country that is doing that with them. Then we will, the next part of that, and everything has been kind of pushed back because of our current situation with Corona. But right now we would have, if there was no Corona, COVID-19, we would be doing a content audit where everyone would self-audit, and then they would have take the data from that as far as like who we were sourcing and things of that nature, and from like gender, race, and even region, I believe. So then, go ahead.
So, John, it sounds like you focused a lot of that work internally in creating a space where everyone felt like they could be a part of the newsroom. Could you talk about why that is so important in terms of your coverage and what you were hoping to achieve?
Yes, I think it's important to start within. We do have a lot of efforts outside of the paper as well, but I think we had to start and basically self-reflect and look at home, so to speak. So I thought it was important that everyone would get on the same page, so that we could then, then roll these things out for coverage and have it like trickle down throughout everything that we do, so that it would be like a almost second nature in the newsroom.
It sounds like a huge cultural shift, which is not an easy thing to do, certainly in the space of a year. And I know Sam's going to talk to us about sort of what happened and how you're measuring success. But could you talk about some of the challenges, John, that you had in kind of really shifting that perspective?
Honestly, I don't think that there was much resistance. When you have people at the top of your organization who have bought into it, I think that speaks volumes, and people will step in line based on that. So we could have been operating essentially in a vacuum or a bubble or whatever, with just a grassroots type effort. But if we didn't have support of management and editors, then it might have just fallen dead right there. But when the staff saw that, our publisher, executive editor, managing editor, and all of our top editors were on board, I think that they believed it. They believed in the cause. They realized that this had the backing of the top leadership, and it was something that was going to be like the rules for like the land, essentially. So I mean, that was really helpful. And if we didn't have that I think that there were people who are definitely passionate about it, but having your management step in and basically say that this is a priority for us, and this is going to be something that we're going to do for the future and present the future. I think that spoke volumes and helped us a lot.
Great. And Sam, could you talk about what happened? What was the effect of the diversity committee?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned earlier, like measurements, how do you measure it? I think when we started this process, things that we talked about to be able to figure out, okay, are we doing well? Is one is looking at staffing. Where was our staffing at the start of this? Has it improved over the next couple of years? I'm proud to say it definitely has improved over the last couple of years. Right now, we're at about, in our Sun group, we're at about 25% representation in terms of minorities on the staff. If you throw in the Napa Capital, the Charles County Times, and our smaller community newspapers, it's more like about 22%. I believe the last time that the News Leaders Association did a survey of diversity, it was in 2019, it was for newsrooms where they were completed in 2018, and the industry average was about 22%, so we're at the industry average overall for both the Sun Media and the entire, just in the Sun group. We've also, really focused on our minority hires or our interns. In the last couple of years, we've done a much better job here. In 2019, we had four. I'm sorry, we had four interns hired. I have 8 total interns hired in 2019. 5 of them minorities. And in 2020, we had 9 interns hired, 6 minorities. So we're doing a much better job, and that's a reflection on diversity committee. As Tripp mentioned at the top, one of the things that I used to do for about 6 years, I was really focused on recruiting. We unfortunately no longer have one person focused on recruiting. I do it, but I also have surrogates who are part of the diversity committee who are out there finding resumes, communicating to minority job fairs and going to colleges and things like that, and finding, candidates for us, people that, we can either try to bring now or people to attract in the year when we feel like they're ready for the Sun. So that's sort of revived a real strong recruiting effort to not just be reactive to, we have to go out and try to scramble to find somebody, but, being proactive so that we're calling a list of who's out there, who's available, and who might be thinking about coming to the Sun. And it's worked out really well for us in terms of, hires, the total hires in 2019, we hired 19 people, 9 were minorities. In 2020, we hired 4 people and 4 minorities. So overall, 23 hires and 11 of them minorities, so it's almost at a 50% clip. And those are a bunch of numbers, and it's obviously not just about percentages and numbers like that. I don't know. Some people say your minority staff makeup should reflect, whatever it is, the region that you cover, which in Baltimore, metropolitan area, is probably like 30% or something like that. Obviously, we're not at that number. I don't know that even if we're at that number that we're satisfied. I think satisfaction comes from what are you covering? Who are you covering? What are you covering? Do the different communities that you cover see themselves? And I think we've done a much better job in that. And I think that some of the minority hires that we've made are assisting us in that, because they're people who think different, they live in different areas, they travel in different areas, they come up with different story ideas.
So it sounds like your best move really has shifted your newsroom and the culture of your organization, and this is just the start. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today to talk about your best move. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. This is our Best Move segment, which identifies the best move an organization made in 2019. I have today with me staffers from the Business Monthly. We have Dan Mettinger, the publisher, and Panja Tafanchi, the graphic designer. And Dan, tell us about your best move for the Business Monthly.
Yes, thank you. It's great to be with you, Rebecca, and to have the opportunity to talk to the MDDC membership. In 2019, Business Monthly wanted to improve our look and our design. We felt that we had a really good team of staff writers. We want to be able to display their work better by mirroring the design and the look of the paper, the quality of the writing that they were producing. We also wanted to make sure that the newspaper was engaging our readers. About 98% of our newspapers are picked up on newsstands, and so we needed a fresh, strong design to encourage that readership. And I think what we ended up with has been a great success, and so I think it was clearly our best move.
Terrific. Now, Panja, as the graphic designer, I'm going to share what the publication looked like last year, or in 2018. Let me just get to it. And you can tell us what you wanted to achieve with this redesign.
Thank you for this opportunity, Rebecca. It's great to finally meet you in person. So when I started, the newspaper did not look the way that I wanted it to be read. Let's put it that way. So when I first met Dan, he gave me the newspaper. I took it home and then looked at it. And when I came back, I told Dan that to me, design is a language. It's another language. So I decided to make and change things to make it stand out more. I added a lot more contrast. I added color. I changed the typeface. The main typeface, I changed it from Utopia to Chapel Pro for a fresher look and for smaller X height. And that gave us even more words. And I changed the gutter, so there's enough white space for you to walk through each article. And I make sure that alignment is exactly right, so the connection, is good when you are reading through. I think that was pretty much it.
And so when you're designing, you talked a little bit about how you wanted that design is a language, and you wanted to express something different than what the previous design was showing. Could you all talk about the role of the Business Monthly within your community and what you were trying to express?
Sure. I bought the Business Monthly about 2 years ago. And one of the reasons I did is that I was very excited to participate in this very dynamic, diverse business community here in where we're circulated, which is Howard County, the BWI Business Corridor, and Northern Anne Arundel County. And from things international, national, state, and local, it's just a wonderful business community to serve. When I bought the paper, I kind of wrestled with the idea about, are we a business paper or a monthly paper, and which serves the community. And if you saw the old flag compared to the new flag, you can see how we resolved that problem. The old flag, the word business was very much larger and monthly was smaller. We solved it by saying we're going to serve the community, which is the monthly concept, but by telling the story of business. So the two words have pretty much equal size and equal weight, because my definition is that, frankly, we're all members, participants in the business community, if we own a business, if we work at a business, if we go to a business, we're connected to business. And certainly these times of virus, we're all more made aware of how important that business community is to us than ever before. We also shape the paper differently, and I upgraded the paper stock to 35 pound bright. We have color throughout, which gives us the opportunity to illustrate the stories in a more dramatic way, in a more colorful way. And we all know color tracks. It also gave us the opportunity to support our advertisers by saying full color ads for no additional charge, which hopefully helps them get a response as well.
Sure. And we've switched now to the new redesign and some of the things that Ponta was talking about in terms of being able to have more color on the page and more avenues in, we can definitely see. Ponta, now that you're seeing it again, anything you want to call out in particular?
It feels good to see before and after on one screen. I've never, another thing I added, as I learned it from Dan, he always talks about points of entry. So I make sure that there's enough everywhere. So when you open, you are invited to read it. And you feel that comfort, that, you get excited that you want to read this newspaper. That was very important to me.
And so what was the effect of this, your redesign came out in, this issue is November 2019, so you had a little bit of time in 2019 to gauge the effects before the coronavirus pandemic happened. What was the net result of your investment?
Well, the responses was almost immediate. The newspaper previously was in a much larger size, and so often the newspaper would be left in our newsstands turned upside down because it was folded. With this new size, it was always laid flat, and so our readers and our audience were presented with what we wanted them to see, which is the front page and the invitation, what's on the inside. And so we had 325 outlets, and we were reaching about 16,000 papers. We were picking up about 14% of those. Almost immediately after that, we went up to 380 outlets, and in some issues, we were distributing as many as 25,000 with about 2% pickup. So 98, 99% of our papers were being consumed, and most outlets were simply running out. So the response was very, very positive for distribution and readership.
That's wonderful. And obviously, when you look at it side by side, there is such a discernible, distinct change between the publications. It's much more colorful. It feels more modern. And it definitely seems like your best move. So thank you both for spending some time with us today to share more information about the Business Monthly. Anything you want to leave us with as we sign off?
Well, I just was going to add one other thing, because I have to wear my publisher's hat from time to time. This newspaper the design of it, I think, is very strong, very positive, but it's also very efficient. In working with Ponta, we came up with some principles of design that allow us to produce a page in about 20 or 30 minutes. So it's very cost effective to get a very good looking, crisp page. And working with a first-rate designer who also has great affection for the words and storytelling, we've been able to find processes that allow us to make these pages very efficiently, which, as every publisher knows, is part of the cost of doing business. So that's been a very strong asset for us. So I think it's important to add that as well. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to add that.
Thank you for spending time with us. It sounds like the language you've developed to integrate business and community is really working, both from a communication standpoint, but also a fiscal and workflow standpoint. So thank you so much for spending time with us, and can't wait to see what your best move is for 2020.
Thank you.
Good to be with you.
Likewise. That concludes our program for today. Thank you again to our sponsors, Ask CRM, Stevenson University, and Friends to Follow. One final note about our Best Moves nominees. You are able to vote for your favorite best move by clicking the information sign in the upper right-hand corner of the video. We will announce the winner of our Best Moves category on Friday. Now, coming up tomorrow, our awards program will continue with design categories, Designer of the Year, and photography categories. Congratulations to all our winners. I'm looking forward to spending time with you tomorrow as we announce more of the winners of the MDDC Press Association 2019 contest. See you soon.